The girl remained unconscious, but her body had already started sliding downward. Beneath her lay a 10,000-meter drop. A fall from that height would leave nothing behind. Some instinct warned her of danger, and she snapped awake in an instant, but it was already too late. Her body tumbled freely toward the endless void. Then something unexpected happened. She slowly opened her eyes, pupils dilating as she jerked upright, clutching the rope with every last bit of strength. Her heart thundered in her chest. She was still thousands of meters up in the sky, with only the rope in front of her keeping her from falling. She tried calling out to the man, but he lay curled in silence inside the basket. She kicked her legs wildly, trying to swing back toward the basket. After what felt like an eternity of struggling, she finally drew close enough, pushing off with one foot using all her strength. Her body shot outward, but she grasped the rope again. Riding that momentum, she fixed her gaze on the man huddled in the corner, pulled herself upward and climbed into the basket. Before she could even catch her breath, she crawled toward him, calling his name over and over. No response came. She inched closer and realized he had no heartbeat. Just as despair threatened to overwhelm her, the man suddenly woke. He looked at her battered, bloodied hands, then glanced up at the now stabilized balloon. Understanding dawned immediately. She had climbed all the way to the top and shut off the valve. Grateful to be alive, the two of them began chattering excitedly about the future, but it wasn't long before something strange caught their attention. Snowflakes that had been falling suddenly froze midair, then slowly started floating upward, as if under some kind of spell. That's when the girl realized it wasn't the snow. The balloon was falling too fast, catching up to the snowflakes that should have been falling. At this speed, they would crash and be crushed to pieces. She shouted at the man to start throwing things out. Sandbags, ropes, everything had to go. Lives were at stake, and nothing was too important to keep. Even their heavy jackets were tossed over the side, but the balloon only fell faster. The basket was nearly empty. The ground rushed closer at a terrifying speed. The man told her to climb up onto the metal ring. He followed holding a knife. His plan was to cut off the basket, the heaviest part, hoping that would slow their fall. His hands moved faster and faster, slicing through ropes one by one. With 2 ropes left, the ground grew even closer. Panic spiked in his movements. One misstep nearly sent them both plummeting. Finally, the last rope was cut and the balloon began to slow, but the girl with more experience knew it still wasn't enough. The fall was too fast. They wouldn't survive hitting the ground. Silently, she stepped onto the edge of the metal ring. She had made up her mind. If her life could buy the man a chance to live, it would be worth it. He screamed for her to stop completely breaking down, but her decision was final. At the last second, he glanced up at the balloon, and a flash of inspiration hit. There was no time to explain. While she was distracted, he grabbed the rope securing the balloon's top and slashed through it. In that instant, the balloon transformed into a massive parachute floating slowly downward. Emotion overwhelmed them both. They hadn't even time to celebrate when a new crisis appeared, but this time they felt no fear. Holding tightly to each other's hands, they dove toward the forest, hearts filled with courage. No one knows how much time passed, but eventually they woke. Leaning on each other for support, they started walking toward home.